Just in, FBI announces its verdict on Dossier, and liberals are furious. The Washington Examiner's Byron has confirmed that the FBI and the Justice Department were forced to admit to congressional investigators that they have been unable to confirm allegations of collusion between the Trump campaign and the Russian government. This comes more than 16 months after the agency received the initial installment of what has to now be considered the discredited dossier. During that time we have learned that Hillary Clinton's campaign, as well as the DNC, funded Fusion GPS's creation of the dossier in violation of campaign laws prohibiting paying foreign agents for information. Christopher Steele, who compiled the dossier, is a former British spy, and much of the money found its way into the hands of Russian agents in exchange for the information they provided. Now that the dossier has been debunked, this may be the ultimate case of caveat emptor. After all, what court is going to hear Hillary's complaint that Steele and the Russians defrauded her, again? 3 months ago, on August 24, the House Intelligence Committee issued a subpoena to the FBI and the Justice Department specifically requesting any documents, if they exist, that memorialize DOJ and/or FBI efforts to corroborate, validate, or evaluate information provided by Mr. Steele and/or subsources and/or contained in the Trump dossier. To date, neither the FBI or Justice has been forthcoming with any documents, and in face-to-face questioning both the FBI and the DOJ admit they have failed to find any meaningful evidence to support the dossier's claims that any coordination between Donald Trump or his campaign and Russians existed. Democrats have relied on the salacious claims contained in the dossier to drive the mainstream media's 24/7 assault on the legitimacy of the Trump presidency. They wanted to believe the defamatory details, and Jim Comey did nothing to burst their delusional bubble. The 35-page dossier contains specific allegations, none that the FBI was able to verify. Imagine that, an agency with the vast resources of the FBI couldn't prove the allegations even after Steele pointed directly to them, but Steele was able to uncover them by making a few phone calls and buying a few lunches. The only plausible explanation has to be that Steele sat down with a bottle of expensive scotch, and each time he poured a drink he upped the charge for taping his vivid imagination by $1 million. The fact that Hillary Clinton bought it isn't surprising. The fact that John McCain tried dressing up the veracity of the dossier by hand-delivering it isn't surprising either. It's not even surprising that the Dems bought into the lies hook, line and sinker. What is surprising, even for the Obama administration, was the belief that they could get away with using it as evidence to secure a FISA warrant. The revelations have left Trump's delusional dumb detractors trying to save face by claiming the broad effort by the Russians to influence the election contained in the dossier was true. Really? The Russians have been trying to influence our elections since like forever. The fact is, by far the largest expenditure towards the Russian effort to influence our election was paid for and spearheaded by Hillary Clinton, delivered by John McCain, and essentially vouched for by Jim Comey, even if the mainstream media would rather point to the $100,000 Russia spent on Facebook ads.